Today, we're literally stepping into history. We're at Alexandra Palace, and this place has seen it all.
That's the studio in there.
2022
wow.
marks 100 years of the BBC.
Goodness me.
What began with a single radio transmission has transformed into a global broadcaster.
In that time, it's covered the biggest events of successive generations, working to inform, educate and entertain the nation.
And throughout those 100 years, the BBC has been pushing the boundaries of broadcasting, embracing and sometimes even creating the latest technology.
100 years of broadcasting. It's amazing when you think about it.
You don't look a day over 30. And this studio in Alexandra Palace has a very special place in BBC history.
In 1936, the BBC television service was launched right here on this spot. Performers and orchestra would have been here.
And a huge camera here.
The busy world before you is unfurled. It's on.
And what viewers saw was this. This is Adele Dixon performing with the BBC Television Orchestra. She's singing a song called Television, which was written especially for the opening night of television.
It was broadcast to viewers across London and the home counties through the transmitter on Alexandra Palace, marking the beginning of what was then referred to as high-definition television.
Yeah, don't laugh. Before that, television was just an odd, fuzzy experiment to small, selected audiences.
And behind the scenes, there was a bit of a battle going on. See, the BBC had actually opened up 2 studios at Alexandra Palace. This, Studio B, was a mechanical system which was made by John Logie Baird, and it produced an image like this.
Meanwhile, in Studio A, they were trialling an electrical system by EMI. And what they would do is they'd alternate studios and systems on different days so they could compare the results. And it turned out that EMI's images, at 25 frames a second, were double the quality of the Baird system.
It had other advantages too. The Baird camera was enormous. The EMI one was somewhat more portable.
Oh, and if you're filming with the Baird system, you need quite a lot of makeup too.
Well, this is how it was, playmates. Black and white, you see, and a bit of blue down each side of the nose. Very sexy, yeah.
The EMI system, on the other hand, could capture a well-lit studio perfectly fine, so the winner really wasn't hard to choose.
Under the lid of the Emitron was this, a cathode ray tube, which is basically an old TV working in reverse, capturing the pictures instead of showing them.
Is all about us.
The Emitron stayed in use without much change for many, many years. The coronation of King George VI was the first time the cameras were used outside, and the broadcast was watched by about 50,000 viewers.
We've got 2 of our cameras high up on the gate itself.
However, it was the coronation of his daughter that really brought television into our homes.
70 years later, many millions of us watched the Queen's funeral on smart TVs, phones, laptops, or on huge screens around the country, demonstrating just how far technology's moved on.